Let us take you on this journey to discover all the masterpieces, the rooms and entrances of Palazzetto inside Palazzo Albertoni Spinola. Starting from Campitelli Square, where Palazzetto inside Palazzo Albertoni Spinola and the Church of Santa Maria in Campitelli front each other. The Palazzo was recently redeveloped on the basis of preservation of the masterpiece and on the invisible technology inside. Tying together the Palazzetto and the church is Giacomo della Porta's great perspective, the architectural masterpiece recently discovered to which is dedicated a documentary, and which, as if by magic, opens to the eyes of those who cross the inner courtyard of Palazzo Albertoni Spinola. Looking up, however, another architectural masterpiece takes shape, the connection between Palazzo Albertoni Spinola and the Palazzetto. Going up to the first floor and entering the garden suite, you can immediately notice the other two features of architectural masterpiece. In fact, these doors of the garden suite perfectly frame the hanging garden on the second floor. Let's discover it together. A heavenly oasis, far from the hubbub of the city. This is the only roof garden on the second floor of a building that can be found in the center of Rome. Now, it is time to discover all the rooms of the Palazzetto. Among the services offered by Palazzetto inside Palazzo Albertoni Spinola certainly is the 24-hour concierge service at your disposal. Stepping out, we find ourselves in the courtyard of the Palazzo, between the perspective door and the monumental gate. Climbing the monumental marble staircase, we encounter two busts, part of the Albertoni Paluzzi collection, depicting Scipio Africanus and Antinous. Accessing the first floor of the palace, we enter in the garden suite. With marvelous coffered ceilings and a walnut desk from the 1600s, Francesco Bartolotta, director of all the governments of the most important premier of Italian history, Alcide de Gasperi, often used this desk to write his reflections and diaries. In the sleeping area, there is this walnut desk with leather from the 1800s. The defense minister Mario Cingolani and his wife Maria Antonietta of the Marquises Spinola usually relied on this desk. Leaving the bedroom, we find a wonderful built-in wooden closet. Now leaving the sleeping area, we enter this small passage room with a wonderful original decorated ceiling. We are on the passage bridge that connects the Palazzo to the Palazzetto, and from this wonderful window you can see Vicolo dei Capizzucchi. Crossing the bridge, we are officially in the Palazzetto. Welcoming us is a marvelous 17th century walnut and spool-footed writing desk. All this serves as a preamble to the charming salon with fireplace. Inside is a radio with a walnut record player, which cheered the Spinola-Cingolani family's evenings during dances, and the monumental period coffered ceiling. Let's delve instead into the splendid dining room. Imagine what it can be like to eat with this splendid view. Inside, there is this small walnut desk and lyre paws from the 1600s. Down the stairs, we come to the kitchen rooms with utility rooms. the kitchen area and another access to the roof garden on the second floor. Continuing down the stairs, we arrive in the amenities rooms of Garden Suite. The door we find in front of us overlooks Vicolo Capizzucchi. Do you remember? Where we saw the bridge that connects the palace to the Palazzetto. But let's look at one of the Garden Suite's highlights, the wellness and gym environments. 2 rooms entirely dedicated to wellness, with 2 zero-body floating beds by Starpool, capable of recreating the floating sensation you get in the Dead Sea that comes from years of research with Trento University in Italy. And 2 Fuoripista exercise bikes by Super Top brand Elite. Let's return now, however, to the dining room. After once again enjoying the wonderful view of the garden, I take you to discover a little secret of Palazzo Albertoni Spinola, an original vintage dumbwaiter which the family used in the past to bring food from the lower level of the kitchen to the dining room. Just a quick look at 2 service rooms. And then straight into the wonderful second hall. Let's take a second to admire this wonderful original period coffered decoration, this wonderful doge, and the view of the Capizzucchi Square. Here, I'm going to show you the second secret of the Palazzetto, the staircase that leads directly from the Garden Suite to the Ambassador's Suite salon. We admire the brightness of this room, given by the wonderful terrace with skylight overlooking the roof garden. Let's move down the hall, but keep in mind, however, that we are about to admire one of the highlights of the palace. In fact, as we climb the stairs, we come to the small terrace overlooking Rome. In particular, we can admire the altar of the fatherland on the right. Just enough time to fill our eyes with such beauty that we must immediately go back down to discover the other rooms of the Palazzetto. We continue with a lovely view of Piazza dei Capizzucchi, until we reach the entrance from the mezzanine of the Ambassador's Suite. Welcoming us is a Louis XV desk inlaid with boxwood from the 1600s. Marquis Giacomo Spinola worked on this very desk. Entering the ambassador's salon, we notice the beautiful coffered ceiling and Roman walnut flap with inlays from the 1700s. Marchesa Eugenia Spinola used this piece of furniture not only for storing some of her belongings, but also for writing letters and notes directly in the bedroom. Leaving the hall on the left, we find the kitchen area overlooking the inner courtyard of the palace, while on the other side, we find the dining room overlooking Piazza Capizzucchi. Before walking down the walkway that connects the ambassador's suite to the executive suite, on the left is one of the bathrooms of the executive rooms with a beautiful Carrara marble floor. We now walk along the walkway and arrive in the executive suite. In this room, you will find a study overlooking the inner courtyard. This wonderful walnut desk with lyre legs belonged to the noblewoman Eugenia de Marchesi Spinola and used for her personal notes. Down the stairs, we enter the sleeping area of the executive suite. Walking down the corridor, we come to the massive bedroom with this marvelous chest of drawers with flap and walnut briar belonged to the priest Carlo Cingolani. Imagine then what it might be like to wake up with this splendid view of Santa Maria in Campitelli. This room is the walk-in closet, and it is connected to the other massive bedroom that also overlooks Santa Maria in Campitelli. Here, too, another drawer unit with walnut and burl walnut flap. But now, straight to the bust gallery. Here we can find this small family-owned showcase. Stepping out onto the monumental staircase, we find ourselves on the second floor. To get a better understanding, however, of how the apartments are structured, we enter through the mezzanine entrance into Ambassador's Suite. Do you remember it? Here again is the Louis XV desk inlaid with boxwood that we saw earlier. A look again at the spaces seen before, the hallway and straight to the spiral staircase, another little secret of Palazzetto inside Palazzo Albertoni Spinola that I am about to show you. We go down the stairs and arrive in one of the most incredible rooms of the Palazzo, Executive Ambassador Amenities Wellness and Gym. Upon entering, we find to welcome us splendid mosaics and frescoed ceilings, rescued from deterioration and restored to their original stunning beauty. Inside these wonderful rooms overlooking Piazza Campitelli, we again find a zero-body bi-star pool. And again, 2 exercise bikes by Elite. But now we go back up the spiral staircase. We walk down it all the way until we come to a lovely little family chapel used in the past to baptize family members inside a unique fresco. But be prepared for what you are about to see. We walk down the last few steps and come to the wonderful terrace with a 360-degree view of Rome. Besides having a lovely apartment beyond that door, from here you can admire all the wonders of the Eternal City, Santa Maria in Campitelli, the altar of Fatherland, and the entire suggestive background of the Eternal City. Where St. Peter's Dome and the Palazzetto look at each other. Palazzetto inside Palazzo Albertoni Spinola has a multitude of entrances, 11 to be precise. Let's discover them together. Let's start with the main gate. The 3 entrances to the Executive Ambassador amenities. The concierge accessed from Piazza Capizzucchi. And 3 entrances to the garden suite amenities, 2 from Vicolo Capizzucchi. And 1 from Piazza Capizzucchi. Inside the palace, on the other hand, the rooms can be accessed via the monumental staircase that leads to the 2nd floor of the garden suite, the mezzanine of the ambassador suite, and the 2nd floor to the executive suite. On May 16, 2022, The Great Perspective by Giacomo Della Porta was officially recognized as a natural cultural heritage by the Italian government.